Hello students, this video is going to cover how to use the Towson University Library website. First you have to get to the website, and you can do that by either typing libraries.towson.edu in your URL bar, or from the Towson University homepage, click on Students, go to Library, and it will bring you here. Now you can click Sign In if you're off campus, and it will bring you to the login page. Once you do that, you know that your OneSearch is going to work. So let's start out by searching for something pretty generic here. Esports, or here, I'm just going to look for esports. I have 86,548 results, and these are going to be anything that the library finds that has esports in it anywhere. But because I'm writing on the topic, this is the same argument that I brought up earlier in a past video, where colleges, specifically Towson University, should have esports as part of its athletic department. I need to narrow this down. So first, before I start adding in search terms, which we'll get to, I want you to look down on the left-hand side and check some of these boxes. So first, we're going to limit our search to full text. If you can't or don't want to physically go to the library, checking full text is going to be important, because it's going to limit the results to things that you can see the full text of online. Next thing you want to do is check the box that says peer-reviewed. A lot of these sources are going to be helpful even if they aren't peer-reviewed, but if you click the box that says peer-reviewed, that means that other academics, so people who write about esports, people who write about athletics, whatever, people who write about whatever your topic is, other people in the field have read that article and reviewed it. They've determined that it adds to the conversation, that it's helpful, that it's important, that it's accurate to some extent, to the best of their knowledge anyway. The next thing you want to do to narrow it down before adding keywords is to click in this box where it says from publication date to, and we're going to make this 2010 or 2011 is good too. And this is narrowing the publication window to the last 10 years. The more recent articles are generally the best. More recent studies are generally considered better studies to use for research, because methodologies are developing, new information comes to light, etc., etc. So now we've clicked these. These are the only ones that I suggest that you absolutely do. You could also click academic journals down here if you only wanted results from academic journals. You could check some other stuff. I'm fine with all results. If we limit it to peer-reviewed, all results should be fine. All right, so now we're still looking at 3,750 different results, which is too many. I am not going to read through 3,750 results. So I'm going to write college or university in the second box. So here we've got esports, which must be part of it, and college or university. So any one of these that has esports and college, esports and university will show up once I hit search again. And that should narrow down this 3,750 a bit further. Yes, to 2,477. And our first here, our very first one is, do esports classify as intercollegiate sport? Legal analysis of Title IX. So I click PDF full text, and I have the full text of this article it has all of the bibliographic information up here, and, well, not all of it, but enough of it, and then we have the text of this. So at this point, I can do a couple things. I can save it to Google Drive. I can print it, which will also let me save it to a file on my computer. I can email the citation to myself. If you click on Cite over here, you can see that it has different citations for all different styles. MLA 8th edition is what I would be using. This has the works cited information that I would just copy and paste and then check over to make sure that it's good. So anyway, this article and this page has everything that we need. Here up at the top it says review the instructions at EBSCO Connect and make any necessary corrections before using. Pay special attention to personal names, capitalization, and dates. That's one thing that I recommend, and that's why I say that you should check over it, proofread it before you actually use that citation. All right, so once I've saved it, once I've copied the citation information elsewhere, which I always recommend you do, keep a rolling list of citation information when you're doing research so that you know that you have that information somewhere. We can go back to our results list. And, you know, we could scroll through some more of these, but this is 2,477 results, and we can narrow it down some more. Maybe I want to look at the benefits. Benefits or positive effects. And I'm going to put positive effects in quotation marks so that we get that phrase completely. And now we're down to 781. And we can go through these. This is interesting. Linking esports to health risks and benefits. This might be an interesting one. You'll see here that instead of a PDF full text, I have a yellow button that says find it. If you click on that, you'll see we have options of where to read the full text. And you can click on one of those, and here we have the full text. We have another option to cite. I think in this case, I just export citation to text, and it will give you the option to save a text document with the citation. But I have here the full text of this. We go back here to our result list. We can add more boxes at the top to include more things. We can also say not. So I don't want to have, let's see what, gambling. So I want to avoid anything that talks about gambling. And you can see that that actually cut down by adding more fields and then saying and, saying not. We can contract our results. So this is what I recommend to you. Just add these fields and try to narrow in on what you're looking for. If you are having trouble finding something, if you don't want to go through 691, but if you look through the first few pages and you don't find something that you like, try narrowing your results more. If you are struggling though, talk to me. Come to my office hours. You could even send me an email about this and I can help you. I've done a lot of these searches, helped a lot of students with their research, and I'll be able to help you out and give you some search terms that you can use. You can click this Ask a Librarian button over on the right-hand side, and that will pop up a chat window and give you the chance to chat with an actual librarian. And they are very, very helpful. This is This is their job, is knowing how to navigate this stuff and search for things and find important things. And they will almost definitely be able to help you out. Very kind, very knowledgeable people. First, though, I think you should try this out on your own and see what you can find just on your own. Remember to make these adjustments on the left-hand side to narrow your results to full text that you can see online, peer-reviewed articles that are guaranteed quality information, and then narrowing the publication date to about the past 10 years is what I would recommend. All right, let me know if you need help with this or if you have any questions.